Hapade Guam, I'm Jason Salas here at the Guam Football Association National Training Center in Harmon, where the association is celebrating a half century, 50 years of bringing the beautiful game to Guam. Let's talk to the people who were instrumental in making that happen. Okay, I'm joined now by Tino Sangil, a longtime member of our island's football community. So, Mr. President, thank you very much for...
Thank you, Jason.
Somewhat uncomfortable when he's being given these very well-deserved compliments and everything like that, but certainly, Tino, reflective of a lifetime of dedication to the sport and to growing the community and a wonderful achievements that you and your team have made over the years.
Okay, thank you. I mean, it took us 50 years to where we're at right now, but we still have a lot of work to do. We still have a lot of infrastructure that we need to improve in this island, and that's what we're going to be doing for the next couple of years, and also building up our national team.
Now, this is, of course, we are sitting in, and the term world class is thrown around so often and everything, it kind of gets devalued, but we are actually recognized by the highest levels of sport as the facility we have here in Harmon is truly like an international grade facility in terms of training, competition, playing, yes, and everything like that. And this is but one cog in a much broader vision.
Yes. So, FIFA is always very helpful in developing our country here or our nation here. So all this money that's being poured in is to make sure that we keep up the standards of the FIFA standard of making sure that we have a facility, the players have an opportunity to play. So we at GFA make sure that we also have a responsibility for our community to engage and to offer this facility to everyone on island.
When GFA was formalizing and said, we're going to put together like a board of, experienced business people involved with the sport, people that understand, like an organization and everything, and said, we really want to take this to the next level. Take me back to what some of those discussions were like. I know you said it's going to take a lot of money, it's going to take a lot of time, and a lot of elbow grease.
So basically, how FIFA works is we have to come up with a strategic plan. And so that's what we've been working on these years. And so the strategic plan is our master plan of what we're going to do short term and long term. So basically we're following those plans that FIFA and GFA has agreed to.
Now, so many plans have a tendency to change over time, or the ones that don't, ultimately, the organization just folds and everything like that. How have you had to evolve, that vision and that strategy based on the way sports has changed, the world has changed, training techniques and interest in soccer has changed?
Yes. So I'll give you an example. When we first started GFA, we were like number 6 in the sport. And so FIFA came up to us and said, how could we be number 1 here on island? So we worked hard, to make sure that we develop our players, our coaches. We made sure that we brought the best facilities here. And that's how we came about to become a number 1 sport. And we made it very affordable. And that's one of the biggest thing that we accomplish here at GFA.
Yeah, this is not just, a facility and, that people are going to have to pay like an arm and a leg to get into to watch like a great match. And it's not like a place where only the elite of the elite train. You host, club matches, high school matches and everything. This really is a place, for the people.
Yes, and that's part of our objective here at GFA. We want to make sure that everyone can play. And so one of the things that we came about was we made sure that everyone can play, including the moms. And believe it or not, we're one of the few countries that have a moms league, and now FIFA is looking to invest into also promoting this in other countries.
And there have been many, many big moments in this facility, which is now, 22 years old?
Well, yes, about 22 years old.
When the president of FIFA came out, I was here. I know you and your team, were very, very excited, a little bit of nerves because you wanted to show, everything like we're about. That was one of many moments that has been probably really, really big on in your own memory banks and everything. What are some of the other ones?
No, the FIFA president, in fact, both FIFA presidents have been here, Sepp Blatter and then now President Vicino.
And you got to scrimmage with him actually on the pitch, right?
So it's a big accomplishment.
How's his game?
His game is good. He's a young guy. He's only like 51 years old, so I'm too old for this game already.
Which is my age.
But he really loved the island, and he wants to make sure that we here at GFA do our part to promote the sport, not only in Guam, but all of Micronesia and Palau, and see we can get all the other islands involved in the sport. When we build this facility, we want to make sure that the culture is involved, okay? And the culture here is that, we have to respect each other. And especially, we always do the infant molic, be good to each other. So we want to make sure that when we play here, we respect the referees, the coaches, and those are an accomplishment that even other countries are having problems. But here at GFA, we want to make sure that when you come here, it's a good facility to play and the environment is well taken care of.
If for no other reason, then your parents might get mad at you and afterwards it's like, the ref is your uncle and you're just yelling at him? What is the ultimate goal for the Guam Football Association? Or is there one? Are you looking at, making the Olympics, making the World Cup, or is it like much broader than that or an ever-evolving thing?
So the goal for GFA, it's going to be very difficult to make the World Cup because we don't have a professional league, to be honest, okay? We don't have the players and, the salaries to pay these guys.
Very difficult, but not impossible.
Right.
Yeah.
But like I say, before we were there to participate, but now we're there to compete. So we have grown, and you can see that before we used to get, blown away by the score, but now the scores are very legit. And so other countries now don't take us for granted. We're there to play.
Which is indicative of progress.
Right.
And which is the hallmark of this place. So, Mr. President, congratulations to you on 50 years and for the amazing accomplishments you've made here.
Oh, and you could, for sure, we're going to be here for another 50 years.
Absolutely.
Okay.
A major theme of the GFA over the last half century has been upscaling our level of play so that Guam would be on the map to stand not only on the same pitch, but shoulder to shoulder with the rest of the world in competition. And it's been a major accomplishment exhibited globally with our national team programs for both genders. It's the honor of a lifetime for young men and women to play for country, and those who don our uniforms, fly our flag, and fight for us have always done so with island pride.
First of all, guys, we are so proud of you guys for the way you guys play the game, the way you guys represent us, and just the strides you guys have made as a national program and everything. So, Ms. Arya, I'd like to start with you. What does it mean for you to be part of this program? Because it's a lot of commitment, a lot of sacrifice. You guys are young men and women and everything like that. There's a million different things you guys could be doing, but you've made the choice to really dedicate to this program.
Yeah, absolutely. It does take a lot of sacrifice, dedication, a lot of discipline. I think what it means for me to be able to play on the national team is a lot of pride and a lot of honor. This is my home, so I take a lot of pride in it.
It's not just like your village, it's not like a school or a club and everything like that. You're actually representing all 170,000 of us. Is that any pressure?
It is a lot of pressure, especially playing at the top level, playing internationally and just representing the country as a whole.
How old were you when you first got called up and what did it mean?
So I first got called up when I was 14. I started playing soccer when I was 12, so I didn't know much about the national team program, but coming in you could see how much dedication these older guys were putting in and how many fans they're bringing out, because this is during the time of World Cup qualifiers, and it was honestly like it brought my passion alive. Like I could come out here and I could try my hardest and represent the island on these trips. It's an honor for real.
Well, I've been in the program since I was 12, and 9 years later, I would say that I've grown up with so many different girls, starting from lower school to middle school to high school to now Masakata. There's been so many different girls in the program, and I think growing up with them, learning from them, developing with them, and then growing with them, it's been so fun, such a fun journey. And then also getting some players from the States to joining us on this tournaments, I think it's been so fun to learn from them and also share with them what our island brings and to all come together and really experience this new experience. Every trip is new, so I think coming together and sharing it makes us grow in every way possible.
Tell me about like the training that goes on here, because it's not just like, we're not just going to show up and practice and everything like that. It's really like you guys are coming here to work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what's the training program like?
Beyond training and then going to the gym and working on lifting, getting stronger. I think that when we analyze film and look at other teams, but also look at the way that we play. It helps us mentally and increases our soccer knowledge and IQ to see how we should be moving. So I think it's definitely beneficial, and it's something that I take a lot from. So it's good.
Are there other like older members or people like in the same age bracket as you guys who have inspired you guys or like passed down knowledge or athletes' wisdom to you guys that really helped your game?
Okay, yeah. I would say yes. Being in the program for 10 plus years, I've definitely had a lot of women that I've looked up to and really was inspired by how they played, their grit. A few of them, Angelica Perez, Abby Uriarte, Paige Serber, Simi Walter. So a bunch of those girls have really helped me, especially when I was younger and they were a little older than I was. Has definitely inspired and kind of helped create and grow the player that I am today.
The toughest part of being in a national team is definitely putting in the consistent work, having to come to practice every day, and it's not just the practice, how we prepare and how we treat our body is really important too. So it's all about the consistency we put in after all these long years in the national team.
What do you want your legacy to be? And when people say like, hey, I watched you play and everything like that, this is how I remember you. How do you want people to remember what you did as a member of the Masakata and the Matao?
I would say to be remembered as just a good person on and off the field. I think what happens outside of soccer is like bigger than what you actually see on the field. So your sportsmanship, your pride, the way you wear your flag, I think it shows so much. And I think something so amazing about our team, Masakata, I'll say because I don't know how the boys, I'm sure the boys are the same, but I would say for Masakata, something really special about us is that where we go, we always leave a very positive impression. And I think all the teams we play understand how much love we have for the island and how much respect we show to the other teams. And we always leave positively and with a smile on our faces and happy. And so I think it's really important to show all these countries that even though we're small, we have so much heart and pride, and we just love what we do, and we love to share that love with the other teams.
I think it's always the end goal for me to inspire the younger groups, especially like our younger girls who are in our academy. And I think just showing what it means to be Masakata, right? Like, we're brave women, so I think to be known as like hardworking and very brave to be able to like go out there and play no matter what, no matter how strong the other team is. I think it's always just to show bravery and just show that we love the game enough to, you know, take on those bigger countries and stuff.
So one thing that's been passed down coming through a national team and going to these games is that, yes, we need to show our respect and our sportsmanship, but once we go on that field, it's like we're going to war. We're defending our country, you know, we're representing them, and we're playing another 11 that's representing their country as well.
I feel like we share the same like culture, but also the same like fiery like spirit. We come from a small island, like we really want to showcase like that we're much bigger than that, yeah.
We have here Tina Esteves and Jean Cepeda. We're talking about the club level now, ladies. So Hafa and congratulations on a half century.
Hafa Day, thank you.
Okay, club play has always been big here. People know Saturdays, Sundays, and everything like that. It's a day for club play. People play well into their 40s and 50s, I would hope.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
and it's always been a very important part of what has made the Guam Football Association successful. So let's talk about the origins and everything. Why get into club play as opposed to just being, you know, a national team development center?
Well, I think first and foremost, it's important for the community that we form club play, or we develop the children in our different regions. And the way that the clubs work here on Guam is we basically have multiple. GFA consists of 13 member clubs, and they're all branched out in the different areas of Guam. So club play affords the opportunity for children in those different areas to participate, and then come here on a Saturday or a Sunday and play against other children from other villages, other clubs, and it gives them an opportunity to form that camaraderie while enjoying the game of soccer.
Now, Gene, this is also interesting because, of course, with any club league, you've got 13 different personalities, 13, potentially different rivalries, different histories and everything. So, So what has that been with like 13 independent clubs who, like are establishing themselves?
I mean, it's been fun. We all had our own picks of the top clubs, the ones that had really good players. But I think over the years, it's an actual level playing field now because everyone gets better.
Yeah.
Right? The longer you play, the better you get. And then that one or two clubs aren't always the best anymore. It's everyone. Everyone. For me, everyone's the best.
Yes.
Right? As long as they keep coming back to play, that's all it is really. It's good rivalry. It really is. The competition is really good.
And that's the one thing, Tina, that I've always appreciated about the club system here at GFA is there's a certain sense of parity, and yet like each club has its own like history and everything. Obviously, certain teams really look forward to each other on the calendar when they know they're going to go head to head.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So talk about like that little bit of competition is healthy.
So it is healthy. So I have this, me personally as a player, I always tell the people that I know before the game, we're not friends on the field, right? But afterwards, after the game, we'll kick back in the parking lot and we'll have a beer or have a chit chat and just kind of talk about the game. But I think it promotes healthy competition. Also, that's for the adults. For the kids, it kind of gives them that opportunity to build that character, that confidence, right, on the field, and it gives them that opportunity to kind of to foster that as they grow into their older age divisions, and then it just becomes fun, right, for them to. So it's healthy competition.
Has there ever been any competition between the two of you specifically?
Absolutely.
Let's go into that a little bit. So
Absolutely, we both have recreational teams, and
I can outdrink her. No, she's. No,
let's keep it civil, ladies.
Our teams have played on the rec league, and when Tina's on the field, I harass her all the time. No, skip the old lady. She can't run fast enough.
Yeah.
But at the end, it's hugs. It really is.
Yeah, it is.
Have either of you ever slide tackled the other one?
No.
With purpose.
I wouldn't be able to get back up if I slide tackle. That's my problem. I'll leave that to the young ones.
This has been so good for the island's economy too, because from a corporate standpoint, this is a chance for companies to, literally put their name and their sponsorship behind these clubs.
Yes.
And that's been so good.
And it isn't just making money, right? It really is helping the community. So you think commercialization, you make money, you put your logo on a uniform and you get the exposure, yes, but at the same time, with my club, I have 120 kids wearing your logo, but you're also putting 120 kids on a field where they wouldn't normally be. So that's the best part about really having the companies come out and back us up.
Some kids take a lot longer for it to kick in, or not at all. Like, what does this mean to continue to give opportunities for those who may not be at the super elite level or continue to grow?
For me, I'm going to speak for my community down south because I represent the southern villages of the island, and I think it provides
Chamarita.
It provides them the opportunity to, like I said, to do something productive, to do something fun with their lives, right, and to participate in team sports. It builds character, it builds confidence, it builds family, the closest of family because you're all involved in the same sport, but. For me, it's important to instill that in them when they are young, and I believe that if they have the drive or the want to become a national player, then the opportunity is there. But it's important to foster that at their young age and build the love for the sport, and then let them decide the path that they would like to take and that opportunity that they would like to chase. Yeah.
I'm still running into older players that remember me as their coach, or they tell me, soccer was my best time. I've had such a good time playing, right? It could have been 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. But they have such a good experience just playing and being part of, right? Whether it's a club or a community, but they had such a great time.
Yeah.
such a big time.
And whether you are a young person, and we'll wrap up with this, whether you're a youngster or someone in their twilight years and everything like that, everybody wants a sense of community. And when
Yeah.
you have a club that you can really belong to,
Absolutely.
whether it's a family, whether it's a sports group, whether it's a nonprofit and everything like that, I mean, that's the best.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I believe so. It absolutely is. And
When you're on the pitch, what's a better experience? On Guam, mid-afternoon, 2 p.m. when the sun's up, or at night underneath the lights?
Oh my gosh, definitely at night. I would prefer to play at night. Like
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just,
we're done getting the
yeah.
sunspots. Yeah, at night.
And I
So
think
waiting for the
I can-
lights.
my endurance will be a little bit longer if it was a night game. But I also like playing in the mid afternoon, not 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I think that's a really hot time.
Well, one thing that is abundantly clear based on this brief talk with the two of you here, and I really appreciate it, is the passion for our sport, like is here and everything like that. And the two of you and many, many others are such a strong reason why the club system here at GFA has been so successful. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
We are talking now about facilities and infrastructure, and I have two very good friends of mine and two people that are tireless in their commitment and devotion to not only develop the sport of football here on the island and abroad, but also to put together, Cherie, what is essentially a world-class facility by many people's estimations.
Yes, thank you, Jason. It's fantastic to be here and be a part of the Guam Football Association that's celebrating their 50th anniversary. This facility has been a work in progress, and we're very proud of its current state, and we look forward to continuing to improve the facility. And just to see from the moment that we've started the land to clear it, to put a field, then put a building, then put a light, then put more facilities as far as the beach court and the futsal court, then having the artificial turf. Now we have a fitness center and a lecture hall and so forth. So we're very, very proud of our accomplishment to this date, but please know that we're not even done. We have so much more to do, and we're looking forward to its expansion, and as well as expanding the other facilities such as agate and telefofo. If many of you remember that all that we had was grass field, and unfortunately at times when it was heavy rainy season, we couldn't play. And so football was not a 24/7, 365 days out of the year. So now that we have artificial pitches, this is where we get more games and more trainings and so forth that not a lot of facilities around the world can actually say that they can play this sport all year round. We can.
This place literally is form and function. So like, what are some of the features of each of the pitches and everything like that lend to, world-class places to train, places to host competitions at all levels?
Yeah, I mean, here at the Guam Football Association, we have these pitch here that's artificial turf that naturally affords us training, right? And with the type of trainings that we have here, it affords our national programs to really grow and develop the players where they need to in this type of facility. On top of that, we actually have our fitness center as well that provides the players with additional training and physical performance as well. So with that, it's just a whole holistic approach in terms of how we're trying to develop our players here at the GFA.
And as an old school footballer, when you first took the pitch and put on cleats and everything like that, how much of an adjustment was that from a player's perspective to play on a field of this caliber?
I think like during my time before we had here in the GFA, we had national trainings at Tidzen actually, even for trials. And it was not easy. I mean, I transitioned from a midfielder into a goalkeeper, and during that time there was a bunch of potholes there on the pitch, but also there's roots from the trees that we were actually playing around. So being here now at the GFA with the artificial turf allows us to provide like proper training for the players. There's nothing they have to worry about in terms of potholes or worse conditions that we had to go through during our time.
Talk about the spectator experience that the facilities have been able to provide.
Absolutely. That's the beautiful thing about having the facility that we have right now is watching all of the families and players and supporters that's coming out in every weekend and every game that we have. So if I start with the youth, I mean, right now we're already hitting over 150 teams in the youth for the fall. And we're anticipating to have 1,800 players, young players from the age of 4 all the way up to 17 playing. And that's just on the youth side. So if you can imagine all of the families and their extended families that are coming out here, even friends, this place is packed. I mean, we realize that we still need to improve the facility because we just don't have enough parking lot to cater to everybody. And those are visions that we have down the road, is how do we offer more parking spaces. But when we take a look at other elements of the game, if you want to talk about the World Cup qualifier, I mean, we were just reminiscing about all of the different editions that we hosted the World Cup here and how impactful it was with our families and friends and spectators that come out to rally behind our national team, and how much it means to them to wear their crest on their shirt and to represent their country and to win those games. You know, if a lot of us remember some of these games that we actually shocked the world, and we will never forget those days, and we'll never forget the players and everyone who contributed to those wins.
As a coach, this facility itself allows me to provide the right type of training environment for my players, but not only for my players, even for my coaching staff, because it's a continuous process for each and every one of us to be the best version of ourselves, and that's being afforded to us here at the National Training Center. But not only that, it's with this we're allowed to really do the right amount of support and testings also with what we do within the gym. Even with the match analysis, like you mentioned, we have a lecture hall here that allows us to do team meetings with our various groups and to really showcase, okay, what can we do differently in terms of the game? How can we approach things in this manner? So this facility itself, I think it provides our players the right pathway, but not just for themselves, but for our coaching staff as well, from my perspective and my experience as I've been coaching here for quite some time.
And the work is never done. And I always have a phrase where it says football never sleeps, and it's true, because football is around the world. It never, no one is sleeping, and we're always constantly looking on how do we get better. Meaning that taking a look at our facility, taking a look at the product that we're offering for all stakeholders that we have, and looking for ways to get better. Having the FIFA president here last December was a milestone for us, to be able to see what the hard work and the collaboration that we've had with FIFA and as well as AFC, to show that we do appreciate all the support that they've given us to be able to put out the best product in the sport for the island of Guam.
Now, with my own constructive criticism as a member of the media, I'd say the only thing you guys are missing here is a cotton candy machine. So maybe the next time I do an interview with that glaring oversight will have been remediated.
Absolutely. We'll make sure we have that for you.
Okay, so congratulations to you on 50 years, and again, a beautiful facility and a beautiful resource for the beautiful game.
Thank you very much, Jason.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
So with that, my friends, we're going to end our special. Thank you for watching, and congratulations to the Guam Football Association for 50 years of football here on Guam.